Hello, y'all. So my name is Matthew Rytych, and I'm a junior studying aviation. So today I'm going to give you a brief overview on what to look for when buying a used car. So let's just say you're scrolling maybe through Craigslist or just any online ad, and you come across a vehicle. So what are the things that you should look for first if you're just in that situation? So maybe the first thing that everyone looks at is cost. So when you're looking for a vehicle, you're not just gonna go just say you only have $1,000 and you're looking at cars or trucks, whatever, they're like $90,000, $90,000, which is don't do that. So look for something that that's in your price range, and when you're looking at that stuff too, you want to make sure where the vehicle should be priced at. So if it's a vehicle that goes for like about $5,000 and you find it for $1,000, that should be maybe a red flag that something serious could be going on. It might look pretty, but it could be just a lemon in this guy. So a lemon vehicle is just something that has a bunch of problems, and it might not be apparent at first, but it has a whole lot of issues. So another thing they can do before you actually go out to the vehicle itself is you could run a VIN check, or you can bring it. You can ask the seller what is the VIN number, the vehicle identification number, and you can go to the DMV, or you can just run a Carfax to see what's the history on it, and that could give you some history on if there's any issues with it. Has it had an engine overhaul, any recurring problems? It could be a good indicator if it's a lemon. So then we just say we decide that all checks out, that's all good, and we want to go out and see the car in person. So what should we be looking for? So we'll start from the outside and then go inside. So you'll do like a little walk around, inspect the paint, body panels, see if any of the body panels are aligned or misaligned. Check the paint. If there's probably 2 different sheets of paint on the car, that can give you a good indication that it could have been an accident and had to be repainted, or maybe just overall condition. Maybe it was sitting outside for a long time in the Florida sun and the paint's been chipping away. Another thing you can do, one last thing you can do with the cosmetics or paint is, if you open the door itself and you notice that the inside of the vehicle has a different paint than the outside, it can give you an indication that there could be Bondo or a lot of dents and it's just been painted over. It's just a vehicle that's rotting in the skies. So you would also want to look around the body for rust spots, especially here in Chicago. The salt eats away at vehicles really rapidly, and having rust spots and cosmetic issues like that can really deteriorate the value of the vehicle itself. And so since they're there too, you would want to check underneath the body, because that's the most prone area where all the salt goes up and starts to eat away at the vehicle. The key thing to check once you're checking the underside of the vehicle is any holes in the frame or any damage that you can see, because that's your main structural support of the car. You don't want to go over a speed bump and then have your frame snap in half and have a total vehicle the day you bought it. That's probably not a good thing. So let's just say that's all good, and we go inside the vehicle itself. So just look for the key things that jump out at you. The smell, if there's any unusual smells, anything that can shoot up a red flag, would just say you can smell like any disgusting odors, smoke. If the person was a smoker, or if there's been like a lot of dogs in there, you don't want to have any allergic reactions to that. So just look at ripped seats, just the overall condition. If there's a lot of ripped seats or any stains in the carpet, it can really deteriorate the value of the car. It's all about value. And any spots in the carpet could also signal that maybe there's a hole in the floors itself and it's all rusting out. And then so after that's all good, pop up the hood, make sure that all It all looks good, nothing jumps out. Check the oil levels, and then lastly, go for a test drive. See if there's any issues. If the vehicle's responsive. If you hit the brakes and you go to the floor immediately, it's not stopping, and that's probably an issue. So overall, those are just my few points on what to look for when by looking at a used vehicle.